My children, stop scrolling right now. Yes, it's you. I need you to pause for just a few seconds. Ignore anything that might come after, because at exactly 3:30 a.m. this morning, something changed in your path. I touched an invisible point in your history and untied a deep knot that you didn't even know you carried. A spiritual blockage that held you captive for 1826 days, 5 whole years of silent struggles, 5 years of rising while inside everything seemed to crumble. And even thinking that no one noticed, I saw everything. I saw when you swallowed your tears. I saw when you took a deep breath to avoid collapsing. I saw every night you remained strong even when exhausted. Today, something very rare happened under my command. Your guardian deity broke protocol and intervened directly because the moment demanded this action. It was a release directed only to you. Among millions who passed through this message, only 7 were reached by this frequency. For have already been lost, 1 ignored the call, 1 left halfway, and you are the 7th, the last, the only one still listening. If you close this now, this opening will not repeat itself for the next 7 years before moving on. Write 108, not because of algorithms or people, but as a seal of agreement between you and me, a sign that your soul is ready. And when you finish, come back to this point. If something awakens within you, and if your heart desires, leave your like, just as a gesture of gratitude and love. You call all this delay, bad luck, a difficult phase, but I call it protection. During these 1826 days, a specific spiritual resistance was placed around you. Nothing was random. They knew when you felt most alone. They knew what echoed in your chest when you woke up in the middle of the night. They knew which dreams tried to suffocate you until you doubted yourself. But in every attack, I was by your side. I saw you 6 months ago in the car trying to compose yourself before facing the world. I saw you 3 weeks ago staring at your bank balance in the middle of the night, waiting for a sign. I saw you last Sunday smiling to hide a pain that seemed too heavy. And every tear that fell, 47, 108, none were lost, all were collected. At 3:30 a.m., I myself opened your spiritual record. The forces that had permission over your delays have lost their authority. Now every blockage dissolves, every chain, all delays are broken, all delays end. I have activated my energy around you, sent protection, ordered alignment, and released blessings withheld for years. Doors you thought were sealed have already begun to move, and in the next 7 days, the signs will come clearly and directly. Someone from your past will appear to reflect who you truly are. Resources will arrive within 168 hours, and if there are 3, 7, or 11 hours, understand it as my mark. Someone will reveal your thoughts as if I were speaking through another mouth, and your dreams will intensify with water, keys, and light, bringing immediate instructions. Now listen attentively. Free yourself from the connection that drains your peace. You already know what it is. Abandon the habit that weakens your spirit, and when the impulse comes, say, Krishna, I walk with you now, and it will lose its power. Do what fear prevented you from doing. You carry my spark. Fear no longer governs. May abundance flow like an eternal river. May the path open up. May your mind find rest, your heart courage, and may your life align with its true purpose. You carry my light. Allow the world to see it. And before the next step, I need to be clear. No, not to frighten or pressure, but to reveal that there are only 2 paths. The first is the one you already know, the path of repeated cycles where you support everyone and no one notices your burden, where you give and life seems to take away. If you choose to ignore this moment, nothing terrible will happen, but nothing will change either. Everything will continue in the same patterns, with the same drains and the same emptiness. My children, listen to me with open hearts and awakened minds. Today I tell you, the suffering that binds you is not eternal, and the pain you carry was not born to accompany you throughout your lives. The end of this cycle begins now, the moment you decide to understand the truth and take responsibility for your own path. I do not come to accuse you, but to awaken you. I come to teach what many avoid hearing, but which profoundly liberates. Understand, my children, no one can change your life for you. No destiny is imposed without the participation of your choices. A large part of the problems you face stem from the habits you repeat, the thoughts you nurture, and the attitudes you insist on maintaining, even knowing that they wound your own soul. As long as you continue walking the same path, you will not be able to achieve different results. The change you ask of the world inevitably begins within yourselves. I teach you that an undisciplined mind is the greatest cause of suffering. When you allow yourselves to be dominated by fear, anger, envy, or excessive attachment leads to relinquishing control of one's own life. The human being who does not govern their thoughts becomes a slave to circumstances. But the one who learns to observe themselves, to correct their impulses, and to act consciously transforms themselves into the master of their own destiny. To change your life, my children, it is necessary to change your habits. Observe how you live, how you speak, how you react, how you treat yourselves and others. There are habits that strengthen the soul and habits that make it sick. Everything that distances you from truth, discipline, and balance leads you back to suffering. Everything that brings you closer to righteousness, constancy, and clarity leads you to liberation. I give you the wisdom to understand that transformation does not happen overnight, but begins with a firm decision. To decide to wake up every day with the purpose of being better than yesterday. To decide to abandon behaviors that have already proven to bring pain. Decide not to blame the world, people, or the past, but to take responsibility for your own actions with courage and humility. Know that true strength lies not in conquering others, but in conquering yourself. The greatest battle takes place within the heart. When you learn to master your disordered desires, your emotional addictions, and your impulsive reactions, you discover a peace that does not depend on external circumstances. This peace is born from the awareness of walking correctly, even when the path is difficult. I walk with those who choose truth, discipline, and inner transformation. I do not promise a road without challenges, but I promise clarity to traverse them. I do not promise the absence of pain, but I promise wisdom to understand and overcome it. Suffering ends when you stop resisting the lessons that life offers. Rise up, my children. Take command of your own existence. Change your habits, purify your thoughts, and align your actions with what you wish to experience. My children, remain in inner silence and allow my words to descend to the depths of your consciousness. I speak not only to the ears, but to that which dwells beyond the agitated mind. Today, I reveal to you something that many avoid accepting. Suffering is not a punishment, but a teacher. It arises when you distance yourselves from your essence, when you live on autopilot, repeating patterns that no longer serve the evolution of the soul. You ask why life weighs so heavily, why everything seems difficult, why the same problems return even after so many attempts. I tell you, nothing returns by chance. That which is not understood needs to be repeated until consciousness awakens. As long as you do not change internally, the world will continue to reflect the same pains, only with different faces and similar situations. Observe, my children, how you live trapped in the past and anxious about the future. The past generates guilt, the future generates fear, and thus you forget the only place where transformation is possible, the present. It is in the now that you choose your habits, your thoughts, and your actions. It is in the now that life changes. Whoever lives distracted from themselves surrenders their power and then wonders why they feel weak. I teach you that you have become what you repeat daily. Your habits shape your character, and your character shapes your destiny. If you wake up complaining every day, you attract more reasons to complain. If you nurture thoughts of defeat, you reap weariness and frustration. If you choose discipline, even when it is uncomfortable, you build inner strength. Nothing grows without consistency. Nothing transforms without conscious effort. Many want to change their lives, but few want to change themselves. They want new results without abandoning old behaviors. They want peace, but they nurture conflict. They want prosperity, but they live in disorder. They want love, but they don't know how to care for their own souls. Understand, my children, life responds exactly to what you become, not to what you merely desire. I give you the wisdom to understand that the mind needs to be trained, just like the body. A mind without direction creates suffering. A disciplined mind creates freedom. Don't believe everything you think. Not every thought is true. nor does every emotion need to be followed. When you learn to observe your impulses without letting them dominate you, you begin to experience true liberation. There is an immense strength within you that has been forgotten. This strength is not born of pride, but of awareness. It awakens when you take full responsibility for your own lives. As long as you blame others, you will remain trapped. As long as you wait for something external to save you, you will remain dependent. But the moment you say, "I choose to change," something aligns within you, and the path begins to open. Know also, my children, that transformation requires patience. You have been shaped by years of habits, beliefs, and conditioning. Do not try to change everything at once, for this generates frustration. Start with the essentials. Order your thoughts, take care of your words, choose your actions better. Small changes made consistently generate great transformations over time. When you fall, do not condemn yourselves. Falling is part of learning. Mistakes teach more than the pride of never failing. Rise with humility, learn from experience, and move forward. True failure is giving up on yourself. He who perseveres, even when weary, builds a strong and unwavering soul. I also tell you, do not compare yourselves to others. Each being walks at a different pace with distinct lessons. Comparison breeds envy, discouragement, and confusion. Look only at yourselves and ask, am I a little better today than yesterday? If the answer is yes, you are on the right path. Life becomes lighter when you learn to live according to your inner truth. When you align thought, word, and action, suffering loses its power. Not because the problems disappear, but because you become greater than them. The wisdom I offer you is not to escape life, but to live it with awareness, courage, and balance. Walk with firmness, my children. Abandon that which no longer contributes to your evolution. Cultivate habits that strengthen the mind and elevate the soul. Trust the process even when you don't understand everything. Those who walk with awareness are never lost. I guide you through wisdom, but it is you who choose to take each step. My children, listen carefully to what I reveal to you at this moment. In the face of all that you experience, understand that there is a path laid out for each of you, and it is not a path of weakness, confusion, or fear. It is a path of learning, strengthening, and courage. I placed you on this path not to punish you, but to mold you, so that you may become firm in the face of trials and courageous in the face of truth. Many try to flee their own journey when the burden becomes great. They question why they need to go through certain pains, why life demands so much effort, why rest seems distant. I tell you, the path that demands discipline is what builds true strength. Nothing great is born from comfort, and no soul is strengthened by avoiding the challenges entrusted to it. Follow the path I have placed you on, even when it seems lonely. Not everyone will understand your choices, not everyone will walk beside you. There will be times when you doubt yourselves, but do not doubt the learning that each step carries. He who remains true to his own purpose, even in silence, develops a courage that does not depend on the approval of others. I teach you that being strong does not mean not feeling pain. Being strong is not allowing pain to divert you from what you need to become. Being brave is not acting without fear, but moving forward despite it. Fear arises when you stray from awareness. Courage is born when you trust the process and remain steadfast, even without seeing the end of the road. Understand, my children, that each obstacle has been placed before you to awaken dormant abilities. If the path were easy, you would remain small. If everything were given without effort, wisdom would not develop. What seems burdensome today is actually what is strengthening your mind, your character, and your essence. Don't stray down shortcuts that promise immediate comfort, because they will exact a high price in the future. The right path is not always the fastest, but it is the only one that leads to inner peace. Those who remain aligned with what is true do not get lost, even when they stumble. Each fall becomes a lesson when you choose to continue. I call you to walk with righteousness, even when the world chooses confusion. I call you to act consciously, even when most react impulsively. The strength I wish to see in you is born from daily discipline, fidelity to your values, and the courage not to abandon your own essence. Know that true courage lies in mastering yourselves. He who overcomes his own weaknesses becomes unshakable in the face of external difficulties. When you control your thoughts, purify your intentions, and align your actions, nothing can divert you from the right path. Walk, my children, with firmness and constancy. Do not retreat in the face of weariness. Do not give up in the face of trials. And do not let yourselves be confused by the voices that try to lead you away from your mission. The path I have shown you will lead you to the maturity of the soul, the clarity of the mind, and the strength of the spirit. Go forward. Each conscious step makes you stronger. Each correct choice makes you braver. And at the end of the journey, you will understand that everything you have lived through was necessary for you to become exactly who you were born to be. Don't question so much the why of the trials, but observe what they are shaping within you. Each challenge is a call to growth. Each obstacle is an invitation to maturity. When you try to abandon the path out of fear, you return to the same pains in other forms. The right path is not the one that avoids momentary suffering, but the one that ends cycles of ignorance and strengthens consciousness. Stay firm on the path I have shown you, even when the world offers easier directions and empty promises. There are paths that seduce but weaken. There are choices that relieve at the beginning, but exact a high price later. The true path may be silent, solitary, and demanding, but it builds a foundation that nothing can destroy. He who remains within becomes solid inside, even when everything around him wavers. Understand, my children, that the strength you seek outside has always been within. It awakens when you stop running from yourselves. Flight weakens, permanence strengthens. When you face your shadows, correct your habits, and discipline your mind, you become warriors of your own existence. The true battle is not against the world, but against inner disorder. To be strong is not to harden your heart, but to keep it stable in the face of storms. To be brave is not to act aggressively, but to uphold the truth even when it demands renunciation. Many confuse strength with imposition and courage with impulsiveness. I teach you that true strength is silent, and true courage is conscious. Do not stray from the path when doubts arise. Doubt is part of learning, but it should not govern your choices. Observe it, understand it, and move forward. He who walks expecting to have all the answers before advancing will never leave his place. The path reveals itself step by step, as trust is established. I tell you again, honor the process. You live in a time that demands immediate results, but the soul does not mature in haste. Everything that is true grows in its own time. Haste breeds anxiety, constancy breeds wisdom. Walk one day at a time, doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. That's how strength is built. When weariness arrives, don't abandon the path. Rest, but don't give up. There is a big difference between pausing and retreating. Pausing strengthens, retreating weakens. Weariness teaches limits, but giving up breaks the spirit. Be patient with yourselves, but firm in your decisions.